For many, Ramadan is a time to feel closer to God. Pray, spend time with loved ones, support charities, and remember those less fortunate while we're fasting. When it becomes to fasting, it's used in many belief systems. It's used for obviously the spiritual systems, health, and dietary needs. And in general, fasting provides us with more control over our lives. Because the more we control our eating, the more we are in charge of ourselves. Ramadan is the name of the ninth month of the lunar calendar, and the lunar calendar sets back 10 days each year, which means each year you start Ramadan 10 days earlier. Thus, Ramadan also moves throughout the season, so an average person will fast in all seasons. During Ramadan, we have two meal times throughout the day. The first is suhoor, which means the pre-dawn, before the sun rises. And during this meal, it's really about strategy, because you want to get in a lot of carbohydrates and food that will fill you up throughout the day before you start fasting. We drink lots of water. Obviously, try not to eat food that is too salty, which will make you thirsty. And our second meal takes place at sunset, which is called the futur. Fasting has numerous numbers of health benefits, but today I will be focusing more on the spiritual ones, spiritual aspect of fasting. So once we cut eating out our lives, we can begin focusing on other things like our work and especially our spirituality. While we fast, we are not only cutting out eating or drinking, but we are also fasting with our senses. What I mean by that is that so we are trying to cut out bad habits and we are trying to gain it back with positive ones. Now, the reason behind why we are fasting are just as important as the fast themselves. So we are not only staying hungry, but we are trying to accomplish other things like spirituality and giving back to our communities during Ramadan while we are hungry. Now, there are some spiritual experiences that we can only gain while we're in a state of hunger. And this is because we are shedding the material needs that we have. Like our needs for food. Like some can only gain some spiritual experiences while we are in a state of hunger. Fasting is a very personal experience. It's only between the individual and God. There is no social penalty for not fasting, and we don't even know what the reward for fasting is. But hey, hopefully we can all share it in the afterlife. An individual alone is perceived as weak, but by fasting and by gaining spirituality, we gain the potential to become stronger emotionally and also personally. Now, during Ramadan, we are required to donate a certain amount of money, and this donation is required during Ramadan while we are fasting, because we experienced a state of hunger. So we empathize more with those who are in a constant state of hunger. Now, overall, Ramadan is about setting goals and changing. Ramadan starts with the personal and individual experience of fasting and throughout a month. Because everyone has improved themselves and connected through hunger. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.